What is going on, everybody? Blake with the Linux Fraud, and today, look what I'm on. I am on Gnome. I have officially left Qtile for Gnome. I never thought that I would officially do it, but last time I moved to Gnome, it was going to be just for a month. That lasted for like 5 days. I was trying to like test out Gnome, Gnome, whatever. I'll probably say Gnome and Gnome interchangeably throughout the video because it is what it is. I don't really care. And if you do, then go touch some grass. Today I wanted to talk about, well, not really talk about why I decided to switch to Gnome. There's really only like, there's a couple of reasons, but I'm going to talk about that in a later video. One of the big reasons why I decided to just say fuck it and switch completely over to Gnome is because of Wayland. I'm not going to get into the nitty gritty about it all, but Wayland is, I mean, it is more secure than X11, right, and Xorg and everything. I'm not saying that Xorg is completely insecure. I don't know enough about it to say that, like, factually. But from what I've heard, it is. It's pretty insecure. It's kind of a hodgepodge of... It's kind of a mess over there, to be honest. And it kind of breaks my heart because I love Qtile. Qtile is the first window manager I ever tried, and it's literally the only window manager I've ever daily driven. And you probably think, well, hey, why don't just install it along with Gnome? I would, and I probably will. I mean, I'm already going to end up whipping up some VMs to have it, you know, have it on here so I can still experience that because I do really like it. I'm trying to focus in on this channel and things like that, and I just want, I don't want to get distracted too much, and the perfect desktop environment to have if you don't want any distractions is Gnome, in my opinion. There's not too much you can do with it. I mean, you can do more than people say that you can. Like, it's definitely customizable in some ways. Contrary to popular belief, Gnome is more customizable than people make it out to be. It is extensions, and some people have a problem with extensions. I don't use many. I use like 4. I think if you don't load your system up with too many, I don't see a problem with them. But that's actually what this video is about. No, it's not a window manager, but yes, you can customize it. And I wanted to show you step by step how I customize my Gnome setup. So that's what we're gonna get into. Let's jump over to a brand new system. And here we are, good old, well, it's not vanilla Gnome whatsoever. Well, it's kind of close to it, actually. I take that back. Endeavor's version of Gnome is fairly close to vanilla Gnome, except for the wallpaper, of course, which I just, I love Endeavor, but I hate the color scheme. I'm not gonna lie. I know it's spacey and shit, but I don't like it whatsoever. I actually hate this wallpaper so much. I don't know. The purples just look washed out. It looks gross. But anyway, we're gonna change that because I'm gonna show you step by step how I would set up Gnome and how I would use it. We're gonna go through like the few extensions that I use, how to set it up here on an Arch-based system, and yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So let's just jump right into it. I like to set my wallpaper first. You would think maybe that's the first thing that you would do, since, you know, to play off of the wallpaper and the colors and everything, but I already have in mind what kind of wallpaper I'm going to. I already know how I'm going to set the system up, so I'm going to do that last. I kind of think when you put it on last, after you have all you know, your theme and all that shit put together, then when you slap that new wallpaper on, it kind of just brings it together. First thing that we're going to do is open up console here, and I am going to install. I know that console is supposed to replace Gnome Terminal. I don't really like console. Gnome Terminal is not highly customizable, but it's way more customizable than console is. You can't make your own colors. It's only light or dark theme. That's it. I don't really like it, so we're going to install sudo pacman-s gnome terminal. Before we do anything, actually, let's jump into settings and set up the keyboard. And first of all, actually, let's turn this to dark mode because it just hurts my eyeballs. I get headaches so easily, and that white just blinds me. So let's go down to the keyboard, right? View, customize. Here, let's make that a little bigger. View and customize shortcuts. First one that we're going to jump to is the launchers. Home folder. My shortcut for that is Super Shift Enter. Browser, my key binding for that is Super B. And I like to set one for settings because sometimes I am in and out of settings sometimes, so I just do Alt-Shift-S. That's what I do for my settings. Navigation. Alright, so move to the workspace on the left, move to the workspace on the right. Those are pretty vital for me. I'm always jumping between workspaces. Move workspace to the left, I do Super Shift Tab. And then move workspace or move to workspace on the right. See, this is different than move window to workspace. When I first tried to use Gnome, I set these key bindings to the, where is it? Move window one workspace to the left, because I'm thinking window, okay, that's just going to move me to the left, right? No, whenever you're just moving whatever application you have open to the left or right workspace. I got so annoyed for the first day I was trying, not with this setup, but like a few weeks ago or almost like a month ago or something. I got so annoyed because I'm like, really? I can't just super tab over to a next workspace or to my previous workspace. I got so annoyed. And that's one of the reasons why I jumped back to Qtile so quickly last time I was on Gnome. I actually took my time this time and read shit and realized that I fucked up. So that's the first one, or the first two in here. Move to workspace on left, shift super tab, well, super shift tab. It just comes up as shift super tab. Move to workspace on the right is just going to be super tab. And then I skip all of these until we get down to move window to workspace 1. That's going to be super shift 1. And then all the way down to number 4, so super shift 2. And then after that, we're going to skip a few of these and go to switch to workspace. It's just going to be super 1. And then, of course, all the way to 4. And that's it for that section. Screenshots. Usually I use Flameshot on a window manager. I have no need for Flameshot because Gnome already has a screenshot utility. I just use the, I just set a key binding for the interactive screenshot, which is just super P. Even though we're not going to be doing any screenshots in this video, but still I figured I'd just go through how I do everything. System, lock screen, super L. Of course, I actually, yeah, there's nothing in there that I need to change. Nothing in typing, and then Windows, close window, I do super Q. Hide window if you want, I rarely use it. Maximize window, super M for me. And that is it. That is it for the key bindings. Oh, just kidding. Go down to custom shortcuts, and then I'm going to add, just going to name it terminal. For the command, it's going to be GNOME terminal, or whatever terminal that you want. Say if you wanted to run Alacrity or Kitty or something on it, you could do that as well just by putting the name of the application in right here. And the key binding for the terminal has always been for myself super enter, which is a relatively default key binding, I'd say, for most distributions. And that is it for key binding, so we can close out of there. Now what we're going to want to do is open Firefox. Alright, so what you're going to want to do is head over to, or just Google GNOME extensions. And I believe on Endeavor OS there is already an extensions. Yeah, you can go right here. You could click right here and it's going to take you right to the website, but it's just this website right here. Now first what we're going to do is we're going to click on this link right here. It's going to install the GNOME extensions extension, or I guess add-on you could say. Hit add, hit OK. I don't let it run in private windows. What you want to install here is do a sudo pacman or whatever distribution that you're on. Well, no, so I take that back. This is solely for Arch-based distributions. Any other distribution, I've never had a problem. I just installed the GNOME extensions extension, and then I'm good. But for Arch-based distributions, you do need this package. It's GNOME Browser Connector. Or maybe it's in the AUR, I forgot. Maybe if I could put my right password in. Nope, it is. It's a package. So get that installed. And then now I just like to do a little refresh, which you probably don't need to, but you want, and I'll put all this stuff down in the comments, but the extensions that you want are 1, user themes. Go ahead, hit install. And we can go back. I do blur my shell. I also do vitals. So you got user themes, blur my shell, and vitals, and then also what you want is arc menu. I like to use arc menu. It has like a runner, like kind of like a K runner, D menu type. Not really D menu, but it's kind of like Rofi, a little like runner menu that I like to use. But first, before you do that, you're gonna have to install Gnome menus. So open up a terminal, sudo pacman -s Gnome menus. Install that. And you are good to go on extensions. You can go ahead, open another tab, and I am going to Google Gnome Nordic theme. This first link right here at gnomelook.org. I'm going to install this theme, and that's the theme. See, I am a huge Nord fan. I really am. Nordic, that I really I fell in love with it when I first learned about, like, you know, customizing Linux and everything. I dabbled in some other themes in the past, but I've literally ran the Nordic theme for the last year and a half or so, more like a year, yeah. I don't know. I like it. So you're going to want this first link right here, Nordic Darker. Just go ahead and install this, or download this, my bad. So we got that going, and then you're going to want to go up here to cursors. Hit on this rating button, it's just easier. And then right here, the second one, Babata Modern Ice. If you've seen my other videos, actually my most recent video where I show you how to keep those cursor themes fluent. This is the cursor theme that I use. I've always used it. So we go down here to the Files tab and then get the Babata Modern Ice tarball. And then while that's downloading, you're also going to want to go to Full Icon Themes. But I like to use the telecircle icon theme. We go down here. I actually use the telecircle black. It just looks better. All right, so now that those are all installed, let's jump over here to a new workspace, open up our folders, go into downloads, and we are going to extract all of these. So you can just go like this, go extract. Now that you got those all extracted, you can go ahead and open up your terminal. Alright, so now what we're going to do is, I like to just go CD downloads, and now that's what you have to move into some other folders, right? So do a CD, and what we're going to do here is sudo mv home downloads Babata Modern Ice into user share icons, just like that. Hit enter, put in your password. Now you're going to repeat that twice, both for the Nordic theme and the telecircle. But first of all, go into CD downloads, CD Nordic, and then there is, you notice that there, so if you go and CD into the Nordic Darker directory, which is in your downloads folder, you'll see that there's a Nordic Darker or a Nordic Darker v40. Go ahead and do a sudo mv downloads Nordic-v40 into user shared themes. And then one more time, sudo mv downloads telecircle black into user share icons. Now go ahead and open up tweaks, and if you go into appearance, you can see cursor right here. Change that to Babata Modern. Go ahead and open or reopen tweaks. Appearance, icons, telecircle black. Bam, got some new icons, which I think they're nice looking icons. Now the shell, you go Nordic Darker V40. The shell's important, you really want that. And then Nordic Darker V40. Bam, son. Close all that. Close that. Alright, and then we got the files here. So after you get all the icons and like the theme and everything set, you're going to notice that some applications don't follow the theme. Especially if you want a consistent theme, you're definitely going to want to install Gradience, which is a fantastic application that lets you theme everything. Go ahead, read through this. I'm not going to read all of this. You see a big warning thing. Why don't you read it before you use it? But trust me, I've used it and it's totally fine. I'm just saying I'm not going to go through all these fucking things like word by word. I just do system configuration. I don't do legacy apps theming. And continue, start using gradients. And then bam. What I would do from here is open up nordtheme.com, and I would sit here and I would just go through here filling in these however I wanted these colors. There's like the darker, there's the light theme, dark theme, but then they also have color down here. I would mix those in. I would just follow, right? So this right here, this blue, so this blue right here would be 81, A1, C1, and see it turns the button into like a Nord blue. I don't gotta talk to you like you're 5, right? I don't have to tell you that each of these colors do different fucking things. You read them and you see what they do. I will say, and then the actual windows to change, like to have the whole application follow that theme is going to be these window colors. The window colors, header bar colors, and then also card colors. Then you can go up here to this little yellow guy right here, save it as what you want, say Nordic, save, go ahead, close everything, log out. Let's select a theme real quick, or a fucking wallpaper. And bam. These colors are horrible right now for the terminal. Like if you do an LS or LSA, those are horrible. What you would want to go do is into preferences, colors, and then go through here, and I would just change again all these colors into the Nord theme. So the red would be the red, orange would be orange, yellow, yellow, and it actually looks really good. Alright, so I was being lazy there for a second, and I was just saying, hey, go input these colors, but because I really didn't want to sit here and input all those fucking colors again, you know, so, but I did it anyway, so fuck it, and this is what it looks like. Much better. Especially if you do like an ls-la. Got that nice little green. Alright everybody, well that was the video. So if you did like it, I would appreciate it if you hit that like button. It really helps out the channel more than you know. And also consider hitting that subscribe button because we have a bunch more content coming your way.